This is Harshada from Prakriti Sports Science and Physiotherapy Clinic. Last Friday, I spoke to you about why you should warm up and what a good warm up should look like. And today, I'm going to speak to you about why you should stretch and what is a good time to stretch. There are several differences of opinion in the fitness industry on the importance of stretching and, in fact, whether you need to stretch at all. And research does show that stretching does not necessarily guarantee injury prevention, and stretching also does not have much of a positive impact on performance. So why waste time in stretching? You must stretch because muscle length will impact joint health in the long term. And I am concerned about your long-term health along with your short-term goals. So we at Prakriti will put in all the strength and conditioning exercises that are required for you to achieve your short-term goals. But along the way, if we find some red flag areas that might impact your long-term health, then we cannot ignore them. So I will ask you to stretch either a few muscles or all your muscles. How can muscle length affect joint health? Muscles are attached very close to your joints. And in most joints, muscles surround the joint on all sides. So when all these muscles are of a desirable length, they create an equal and opposite pull on that joint. But when one muscle is significantly tighter than all the others, then the forces going through that joint at rest and even during activity are altered. And this can impact the long-term health of that joint. Besides this, the tight muscle itself is at risk of injury when its opposing muscle contracts strongly with force. For example, in a forceful football kick, the hamstring muscle is at risk of tears if it is tight. Most sportsmen will use one set of muscles much more than all the other muscles of the body and repeatedly, excessively, continuously. For example, in overhead sports, racket sports like badminton and tennis, the player will use one arm more than the other, the dominant arm, and also the muscles of the chest much more than the muscles of the upper back. And over time, this will result in tighter chest muscles and especially on the dominant side and weaker upper back muscles. This will definitely lead to long-term problems unless we stretch the chest muscles and we strengthen the upper back muscles. Is stretching required only for athletes or those who exercise? No. People who sit at a desk all day long, work at a desk, tend to have shorter muscles of your neck, front of the chest, front of the hips and back of the knees. Talking on the phone for long hours, sitting awkwardly, leaning on one side, carrying a bag on one shoulder. Any activity that you do repeatedly, continuously, excessively, and also statically can result in one set of muscles being tighter than all the others. Because muscles are attached to the ends of bones and very close to your joints, their tightness can result in joint capsule tightness and dysfunction. And over time, this can lead to wearing out of a few joints. The joints of your cervical spine or neck and the lumbosacral spine or your low back are at biggest risk because of tightnesses in the neck, the chest and the legs. Range of movement, or in other words, full movement at any joint is very important for us for our day-to-day work and also for joint health. Besides this, good range of movement is important to create power in sports. For example, when you are throwing a cricket ball, the power will come from this extended movement which is at the back. So if this movement wasn't there, the power would be less. When we create exercise programs for you and when I put in a stretching program, you can also think of it as a range of movement exercise. Then again, only stretching is not enough to prevent injuries, pain, arthritis, or to improve your performance. But without stretching, your chances of injury, pain, arthritis are definitely higher and your performance can get affected over time. Do stretch. It is easy, you'll feel really good, and it will help you to delay or prevent arthritis. If you're trying to improve the flexibility of a particularly tight muscle, an aggressive stretching program done once a day might not be enough. Tight muscles tend to get tight again when static postures are used throughout the day. So if you're trying to stretch a particularly tight muscle or trying to improve the range of motion at a particularly tight joint, you will have to repeat this stretch 3 or 4 times in the day. Tight muscles also respond better to light or moderate level stretches done with holds till the muscle eases up and relaxes. When we are trying to help patients with pain management, we often use a few well chosen stretches, again done lightly and with holds and repeated every 2 or 3 hours. This is especially for those people who work at a desk or with static postures for long hours. Like I said in my last video, you could include stretches in your warm up or your cool down. It is not essential. I'll link that video down here below. But either way, some amount of stretching should be a part of your daily exercise routine. Believe me, it's not a waste of time. Please remember that this is only general advice. It may or may not apply to you. Stretching can also be harmful or dangerous. In certain conditions or in certain dysfunctions, we might actually advise against stretching. In some people, strength training may be more required than flexibility training. And in almost everybody, only flexibility training will never give you the desired results. Everybody needs a well-rounded program which is made up of strength training, endurance training, as well as stretching and flexibility training. I'm going to link down here below a few videos that we have already released on different stretches. Have a look. And do contact us if you want a well-designed and individualized exercise plan that is safe and effective. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it with your friends and family. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. See you soon next Friday. Stay safe till then. Bye.